It is Sunday, December 10th, 2023. I'm getting a late start on my connecting time, although I have been dialoguing pretty much since I woke up. I'm dialoguing all the time. It's how I stay with that hum of connection as I navigate this disconnected world. I'm so tired of being the crazy lady. It's so old at this point. And the amount of faith and trust that it takes to follow these markers within me of the divine touch that says, hello, I'm with you. I'm guiding you. You're loved. And your life has purpose, even though you might not understand it in this moment. Yeah. It's been particularly tough, just with keeping the conversation going. The only reason I keep showing up here in front of this microphone is I feel the love pour in, saying hello again and again and again. It has not given up on me. And the hardest part is trying to explain something that just isn't going to register with people who are attached to boxes of explanation. They don't know yet fully, they don't know fully that they have to change in order to, first of all, understand the messages that have come through me and others. And then they don't need the messages if they listen and practice this connection, reconnection, so that they can hear and see and be who they are fully here. I've been trying to swim through all of these obstacles, well, my whole life, but in the past few months, it's just been really rough. Just to keep this faith, this feeling in my heart. And when I talk like this, it surges and it fills me, and it's like the energy talks to me. I know that I'm connected, and I know that I am learning firsthand what faith is, because I'm still here. And when I can't find any logical reason why I'm still here, I just have to listen to this warm, loving feeling in my heart and my body. I had been shown that everyone is pretty much living mentally in their own preferred version. I say preferred because I'm zeroing in on those who have enough wealth and resources to continue to live in their version, untouched for the most part by what's creeping in here to choke out humanity in one way, shape, or form. So see, I see the dark. I've never denied the dark. That is not me. I see it. I just know that it is not going to win. If I listen and follow this inner guidance, love wins because I say yes to love. I choose love. And I am here present with it. And even when I don't understand how this works and how I'm going to move forward, I trust this love above all else. So, yeah, to anyone who hears this voice, I don't follow what I say, because this is not for everyone. This level of trust and faith. I know that if I stay connected to this love, I will be okay. I will understand fully. I know this. I may not now, but I know that I will, because I have felt the fullness of this love streaming into me, informing me that I am connected to it. And it has taken many, many years to trust this inner voice and light. I've had to adapt to it. And matrix narratives, if they just keep getting humanity to bypass the darkness, the trauma, the fear, the pain that is both recent and ancient, if they just keep you away from opening that box within us, within you, then they win again. If you have the courage to open up that box within and trust in this light that is here now more than ever because of this intersection of cycles, we'll be more than okay if we are willing to trust as we go deep sea diving, pearl diving, and heal and awaken more of our consciousness, more of what is available to us. That's all there is to it. That's all the messages say over and over and over. Open, receive, trust, live. This is your freedom. You see, I understand. Because it's informing me from within. This is navigating this. Well, the movie, the story, never-ending story is really about this, you know? I knew it way back then when I first saw it. I knew that it was a divine gift to all of us. There's so many divine gifts here to unpack if we transcend the fear. What I see is a lot of people denying that they have fear. You won't hear me denying that I have fear, even at this stage of opening and trust. There is always more of the fears to face. And if you are connected to that gold light, this burning flame within us, you'll have the information, you'll know what you need to know in any moment, any new present moment. But if we're not accustomed to being in the present moment, which fear takes us away from, then we won't get the information that we need. So my life now is about the practice of the presence, practicing always feeling a connection. It improves. It really does. I am aware of my connection, and I am aware of my present moment attention far more often now than before. It just continues to grow. And then there are days where I still forget. It doesn't last long, but I have a realization, the reason why you're feeling stress, the reason why you're worried or have a little anxiety is because you're not in the river, the stream of present moment awareness. I love that early on they began using that, from the messages. The metaphor of the river, it's like, I suddenly realize I'm sitting on the bank of the river trying to make sense of everything. And with the chaos all around me of different people's opinions that haven't even felt the waters, don't even know that the river exists. And I have to take my attention off of that, come back to my center, and immerse myself in the river again, in the flow. No, I don't have to. I choose to, because I know that it's true. It's been demonstrated to me over and over and over. And so these Sunday morning dialogues are, we practice this all week, and then we come and have a meeting on my Sunday mornings. I've just been doing this for a couple decades now. And this is how I show up and say, I am in service of love. Help me to connect. Help me to feel you and know you and listen and follow through, no matter what. The world never worked for me, so I've had lots of practice with questioning that and talking and shouting at this God and all the things people told me about this God that didn't make sense because I never fully was taken care of by the world. And if I did try to root into the world in a significant way, that's when all the high strangeness activity would occur. Trying to prevent me from losing myself here. And this is how I am connected to all of humanity. I know I know how seductive this reality is. So if I did not have the help in what appears to be otherworldly correspondence, then I would have gotten sucked back in to this fake world. And so I don't know how it works. I can't explain it. There is no language. It is pure vibration. That this intelligence, this source field, communes with us. And because it's no longer translatable, it's because it's all moving. I am moving and expanding. And when I expand, I can no longer make that trek across this channel of water, to swim back and say, hey, let's see, let me find a metaphor. It's kind of like this, but not. You just got to go within, It's like, and they're going, we've heard all this shit before. Tell us something new. You are constantly being sent these streams of light that tell you the truth, but you haven't opened to understand the language yet. Yeah, so they've been preparing me for this part of it for a while, and I get it now. I can't swim back. I don't have, this whole thing is pulling away. Those who are vibrating in this love and trusting this love and listening and are fearless enough to have let go, penetrated the fear and discovered that it really has, none of this has, even though there's a terror and a fear around it, it doesn't have any power over us, but you don't know that until you do take action and connect with it and say, okay, I'm willing to walk in this darkness now. Show me what I need to know, because I need to clear it out so that I can hear and I can swim. That's it right there. You have to open your communication device. Your body is an extraordinary design. It is the greatest technology in this universe. The greatest technology that is not being used. And it's not being used because you've been cut off. You've been programmed to forget and to stay in fear. And that's why this quarantine continues to occur. Because you agree to it. Your fear that you are afraid of facing signs the contract for another round of this. All that's different in this moment is we're in an intersection of open possibilities to transcend, to remember. The dreams have shown me, the communications, they show me visually and feeling, vibrationally, how this works. And you have my minimal translations for how this works. And It's fascinating to continue to watch, the intelligence of these limited systems. It's like, oh, we know. Send out the narratives, the portal is open. Make sure that you use the words like ascension, and pump out the stories and narratives of how wonderful it's going to be, and la 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 la. That captivates a lot of people, a lot of souls move in that direction. Not realizing that this is go time for actually opening, letting go of the fear, and receiving love that informs. Divine love informs. And to let go of all of the existing explanations. That's what I had to do when I found that there were none after each and every touching, each and every experience I had. They don't explain it right here. They don't completely explain it. But then you're able to see how these narratives work, because people are too afraid to be different. So again, fear drives your choices. You're too afraid to be different, to talk about it and to be honest about it, because you're going to be attacked. You'll lose your job. You'll lose your family, because you've got to conform to this system at all cost. That's the program here. So people will grab onto the narratives that are offered because there's some kind of club or tribe that will say, yeah, that happened to me too, and here's the explanation for it. And people will just accept it because it's like, well, I can find some sense of camaraderie here. But it's never fully. And so then you let go of the insight and the touching that you experienced, because that is not represented in the explanations, the narratives here. So you just tell yourself, well, I guess, I don't know, maybe it was just something I ate. This is how it works. And I do feel great compassion for those who haven't had enough opening experiences, any, contradictory kind of experiences that say, yeah, everything you thought was real, you might want to question that. If you haven't had these experiences, it's because you are committed to keeping the fear dampened down, out of sight, in order to participate in this reality. And that's okay. It may take a few more cycles to get to a point where you go, wow, I know there's something more. And I'm willing to make this trek to figure it out. Because I don't fit in this world. You see? That's the space that one must be in order to respond to the incoming light in these intersectional times. All it has to be is, you know what? Something's not right here. Something doesn't add up. And I know that I need to figure it out. Even if I lose everything that the world gave me because I participated. Well, even the ones who participated now and followed all the rules and became a, quote, success, things are drastically changing now. there is a devaluing of the human being in their current state. So this is the beginning of the collapse of all that we thought was real, all that we were told was real. And it's just going to kind of fall into this big, we're going to be flooded with too much data that will cause a shutdown of the mind that used to thrive. The old structure. And the old equation. Equation's changing now for this lower matrix Earth reality. And there's still a part of me that'll catch myself and go, oh my God, this sounds totally insane. I can still jump to that perspective and go, oh wow, I am really committing. Someone has to. And a nod to the ones who are. It's going to get to a point where if you're not tethered to the cosmic, to the source field, if you don't have a sense of that within you, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. I'm always pointed to that Psalm 23 line, that what that means is you have opened and, you've released the fear enough to open that channel to the divine, to be guided and to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that as things get crazy and insane and people don't have the tethering, so they will move to tether with the authority. This is all being, it's all being implemented, and it has for many years, inch by inch by inch. But now what you're going to see is the flooding in of AI and the total and utter confusion. So this is heaven and hell, right? If you don't have that tether within that says, even though there are no explanations right now and there's way too much information and is it all deceptive or what's real, what's true, right? If you're still trying to find the pearl while an ocean of data is being dumped on you, it's going to be a lot harder. That's why the messages started coming through me to help us reconnect and retether, restore our divine inheritance, restore our, wake up our technology that we were designed with originally. And that's our navigational system. And my purpose here is not to find ways from what exists in the world, the stories and the explanations. It's not my job to weave all that together to prove to anyone what I'm saying. You can find what you need in the world as it exists. There are ways to land in resonance with things that do exist, because a lot of dedicated souls dropped this resonant data into this reality to give you the markers that, yep, you're on target, yep, so that synchronicities could happen and point you and back to you and say, look at how magical you are, keep going. So this is what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. And I'm really looking forward to a time when this connection that I have is perceivable. And not only perceivable, but valued. Or it doesn't have to be me. It could be another one like me who's here, who has received the help from the otherly dimensions. I'm just speaking in frequency right now. I'm not going to use any terminology that vibrates with the old structures, the matrix reality, the limited matrix reality, the false grid, finding our way to the true grid of reality. I want to fulfill my purpose here, but I've had to wait. That's been the hardest part is the waiting, Tom Petty, and the trust, to keep that alive, because that's all I've got at this point. And to trust that I am cared for here while I am still here. I don't have a life of luxury. I'm fine with the basics. I know I'm just here, even if it isn't with words, explanations for people. It's my job to just hold this presence and listen, whatever area of my life, listen to people and respond. Be a vehicle for the divine. The divine aspect of who we are, that has atrophied. We're just remembering, and the more of us that speak the truth like this, the more that might remember too. And for years now, I've been shown that this, talking into the microphone right now, I've done this for years, but I haven't even gotten to what's possible with this microphone. Because enough people needed to rise into this themselves in order to appreciate the validation. Like tumbling across that threshold and landing and hitting your head and going, what the hell am I in? What is going on? And then you hear my voice or another voice saying, hi, welcome. You're going to be fine. We're going to help you reorient and reconnect to your flow. And then you will be sharing your gifts and helping others in this time. I just got a surge of this love inside of me. And so these are the markers that show me. And for people who can't feel, this just is going to continue to sound like nonsense. So some of these people will go to church on Sunday and recite and sing all of these words, but they won't know truly what these words mean, especially in the Bible from Jesus. And I'm sorry to other religious teachings. I am not familiar with them. So this is the only one I know. And I'm not saying it's the only one. This is, those who reconnect can be a beacon, the light, the way. Jesus was in no way saying, it's just, I'm the guy. That's just another way to control. The system uses these characters, these icons, these archetypes. They seize them and use them to control. You've got to find and awaken the archetypes within you and integrate them. That's what's happening. I'm just waiting for the cue, within me that it's time. Every day I say, okay, I'm here. I choose love. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm listening. And I trust that I will receive what I need to know in any given moment. But what I keep being shown in my third eye is, when this flood happens, this flood of information, it's, like the last time that the flood occurred, it was water, and this will be, not saying that the water floods won't increase but mainly what will destroy those who refuse to reconnect with their flow from the divine and choose the limited experience of flow and information, you will be flooded with too much information and with no one, trying to find who is the authority here. Please help me, and you're just drowning and trying to stay afloat and begging for someone to explain something to you. That's when you just get swept into the next version of a limited false grid reality. And again, those who are connected, who have some sense of this rod and staff connected to the divine, which guides us through, helps us to navigate through this, you will be hearing what you need to transcend the flood. You will receive all that you need because you were willing to face the fears and let them go, to create the openings for this to occur. This is what I see. And I don't know if I post this publicly. I don't know how many will find it, hear it. But there's a plan in this construct. It's been underway for many years, and it's accelerating, and all of the signs are there. And this is the choosing time. In any new given moment, you can choose to reconnect. And I strongly encourage you to do so. There won't be anyone to save you, because they don't know the power of this divine light. They know it peripherally. They see what can happen. And in order to perpetuate their world where they profit from human energy and human ignorance, they their goal is to sweep you away into a new version of human being. One that is guaranteed to be more programmable. No. People, I understand, don't want to hear these kinds of things because they think it's disempowering. What I'm telling you is the choice to be empowered instead of continuing to choose disempowerment that is sold to you as empowerment and intelligence and logic. This is available to everyone now. This way to the light. And it's something that happens within you, and it's very personal. You don't need my voice or any other voice telling you what's real, what's connected, what's spiritual, what is expansion, what is light. You just need to pray for the direct experience of it, and you'll be on your way. Invite a direct experience of this, and you will know more. So as I close my conversation here with whoever might hear my voice, I know who you are. I know what you're connected to beyond a shadow of a doubt. But I can't make you choose to go in this direction of expansion. To allow the light to shine on all of that fear and shame from many, 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 many cycles of pain and trauma that you carry and you respond to far more willingly now than ever before. Which source do you choose to respond to now? The one that fills you, lights up your core, and says hello? Thank you for returning to me. Now let's navigate our way forward. This love will bring you to your knees. You will find yourself weeping with the release of all that you no longer need to carry because this light and this love fills you. And then you start to hear the inner guidance. Essentially saying, hello, here's how you can help. The love is filling me right now, and I just want you to know that it is loving you through me in this moment. And this is how the light reaches. It's not going to give you the explanations from the limited matrix reality. That reaching is over. It's time for you to reach and ask and pray for this opening, for this activation of the truth of who you are and the freedom that comes. Thanks for listening.